Yo, what is up, guys? We are back for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Now, this is my obligatory, at least I have to make one every single World Tournament, because your boy does play the World Tournament. On occasion, I do grind it. So this is the squad, pretty much like this is what you run, right? And then usually some semblance of those items. If you want to run a cooler-led team, maybe you don't have STR Broly somehow. Unlike me, I think I've pulled him 11 times at this point. So, but if you do not have him, I mean, it's understandable if you're never summoning on Legendary Summon banners, right? So anyway, maybe you're running STR Cooler, maybe you're running some variant of movie bosses. Oh, great. Oh, no, I didn't need to. This is fine. I didn't see. It's already been a long morning, right? So, I didn't see those red orbs over there. But usually this is the squad. Now, there is another strategy that you can do where you run full LRs, which to get those preliminary missions done, you actually have to have Terrifying Conquerors, World Tournament, and other World Warriors, at least one on your team, and you have to get 7 victories. So just usually grinding from the preliminary, not the preliminary, but the times, what is it, times 2.5 or whatever, all the way up to times 30, that will get it done for you, right? Now, so that is another strategy where you can do a full LR team. And actually what will happen is you will face opponents with higher team costs, and then your points will go up. Even if it's just marginally, when you're talking about the very, very tippy top of the leaderboards, I kind of get it, right? The only thing is you want to make sure you've got, I mean, quite literally, you probably have to have like minimum 500 Ghost Ushers or something like that, because I actually was running it for a little while during those sort of extra missions where I was running just random LRs, right? And dude, you got to use so many damn Ghost Ushers or Double King Yemas, so you better hope that you have like an infinite supply, right? Anyway, guys, let me know if you are grinding this World Tournament. I imagine at the very least, most of you have got the memo at this point that, like, it's pretty important. We'll go ahead and go over the rewards, but it's pretty important, in my opinion, my humblest of opinions, that at the very least you are grinding the bare bones 30 million. To me, it just seems like it's so... the rewards are just too good to leave on the table. Hey, sorry about that. Had to make a quick cut, but... let me know in the comments below sort of where you stand on this World Tournament. On this particular World Tournament, again, we're going to get through this one little round here, and we're going to kind of go through some stuff, and we'll just wrap up the video. But, like, you look at, like, Kid Vegeta, and, like, Kid Vegeta, like, honestly, like, yeah, maybe they'll do some stuff with his Dokkan Awakening to make him pretty good, and he can look good in very specific circumstances, but I think ultimately, like... he's just like, Like, is he going to be worth me grinding for, 15, 20 hours of my weekend? I don't know that he's going to be worth that. I don't know, man. This might be one of those World Tournaments for me where I get my 30 million and bounce. Honestly, I thought I was going to go ham. I do like getting the orbs. I do like getting, as many rewards as I can. And I do like grinding the game. Like, I do like Dokkan, obviously, right? But between that, and then you look at the... unit that's getting their Dokkan Awakening in Chi-Chi. I'm just clicking buttons now. What the fuck am I doing? Okay. But, like, you look at Chi-Chi, and, like, sure, Chi-Chi she's actually pretty good, like, on a Goku's family team, but are you for real? Are you running Chi-Chi on Goku's family? The only situation in which you would be doing that is if you're running, like, a Dragon Ball Saga sort of style team. That's the only way you're really running Chi-Chi with her link set. And honestly, are straight up, like, is anyone here running Chi-Chi? Like, is anyone, can you look yourself in the face in the mirror in the morning and say, time to play Dokkan, I'm running Chi-Chi, like on my team? I mean, I doubt it, right? I really don't think so. So, I don't know, man. That doesn't really do much for me. Now, the rest of the banner is kind of interesting, right? So, like, you've got Gotenks. Well, again, we'll go over all this stuff in a little bit more depth. Gotenks I actually am pretty interested in pulling copies of. If you guys are unfamiliar with sort of my history of the game, so Gotenks, he was during the World Tournament in which my account got stolen. That is a story that I have told on this channel many times, but essentially, in a nutshell, my account was stolen. So I decided I wanted to do the stone vendor thing. It was quite it wasn't popular. Like, basically the deal is like, it wasn't in its prime. Like, that's basically how, in the beginning, that's how all the whales got their stones. You know, when these whales would have thousands of stones, it's because they got them from vendors. And if you guys are unfamiliar with vendors, basically how it works is they sort of manipulate the sales, right? They pass your account from this, you know, this device to this device to this device, and they buy up all the sales. And then they charge you the sale price when you, in reality, would be having to get full price stones. If that, hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if I conveyed that correctly, but basically that's how vendors work. So you're not really getting the best sale. But anyway, I got stones from a vendor. Ipso facto, it was what I would call a reputable stone vendor, as reputable as, you know, a business like that can be. And they lost my account. Someone, somewhere in the process had, you know, hacked my account. They stole my account, basically. So I was in correspondence with Bandai and this company for, I don't know, 2 months or something like that. And during that time, I missed out on a lot of content. And some of the content was the World Tournament. And anyway, that Tech Go Tanks was the unit that I missed out on. That I missed out. I didn't grind that World Tournament at all because I couldn't. I didn't have an account. And I wasn't going to, you know, I think at that point what had happened was that October of 2019, I think I started a JP account is what I think happened, and I summoned for Cooler. I think that's how that went, but it was kind of a while ago now. That's hard to believe that was almost 2 years ago that happened, but anyway, kiddies, the moral of the story is do not purchase from stone vendors. Not a good idea. I mean, honestly, they're not. Honestly, with safety net and shit, why would you even risk it? I'm telling you guys from experience, like, the sales are, they weren't even that good. Like, I look back on it now, and it's just like, dude, what was I actually doing? I mean, I feel kind of fortunate now because they actually kind of gave me, I would say it was in terms of the units were comparable, but this particular account, the stone vendor actually gave me, well, not gave me, but I mean, they felt as though they owed me, which I agree, a new account that was comparable to mine. So the units were relatively the same. We had all the same units, except this had a lot more resources. So this had a lot more like training items and potential orbs and shit like that. So, but anyway, guys, you can see I've barely even started. 11 wins is nothing. I think the last time around, I think I was up over, I think I was almost to 200 wins. I don't remember, but to get in the top 1,000, I think that's about where I was. So what I will do, honestly, it's probably going to be tomorrow at the time of this video. I'll go ahead and post my usual video, my usual summoning video. I like to get all of the rewards and show you guys all of the juicy rewards at once. But since we're here, let's go ahead and look. So kind of just looking at the mission rewards here. I mean, you guys can see, like, there are a lot of dragon stones on the table. So a lot of these summoning tickets that you can get, look at that. I mean, you guys can get potential orbs, Elder Kais, you know, Hercule statues, more and more and more dragon stones. You guys can see at 23 million points, you get your guaranteed copy of Kid Vegeta, which is a really, really nice thing they implemented. I do forget exactly when they started that, but I'm really happy they did that, right? That's nice, right? And then, of course, for your 30 million points, you can get a lot of, like, Grand Kais and Elder Kais and shit like that. So, I mean, these are the rewards, right? I mean, you'd have to be an absolute insane madman. I don't know how anyone even gets first place. I see people grind nonstop with no sleep, and they only get in the top, 30 and shit like that. So, must just be luck, I suppose. And then it probably, at a certain point, when you're up in those upper echelons, again, as I mentioned earlier, it probably depends on what team you're running. But in terms, so like the local reward like isn't different. I just don't have too much motivation. Not to mention the anniversary is literally days away. It's less than a week away, right? We'll be getting the banners in less than a week, or maybe in 1 week's time we'll be getting the banner, right? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, usually July 7th rings about. Usually about July 7th is when the festivities start, and then usually we get the banner a day or two after. But anyway, guys, with the anniversary coming up, I'm not spending any more stones than I have to. Maybe, just maybe I'll try to grind a little bit, but I'm not trying to. The reason I even grinded last time was because I wanted to get #1 locally, because I wanted to Rainbow DKP, which I did, but it took just a lot more grinding than I thought. There was a guy who thought he was going to try and catch me, so he ended up pushing me into the top 1,000. So that was, I guess, it just kind of worked out in all ways. And actually, I quite like that, the Kid Gohan, right? That Kid Kid Goku from the Red Ribbon Army Saga, right? So he's actually pretty cool. I actually really like him. He's a solid unit. Vegeta Jr. is solid. He like raises defense. I believe he greatly raises defense. He can get multiple attacks against multiple enemies, but he's not, I don't know, man. Doesn't put up the craziest numbers or anything like that. But I think after a Dokkan Awakening, he will be solid. I'm going to go ahead, man. One more thing before I go. If we just go to the summon screen, I haven't collected any of my tickets yet, right? So if we go here, so do not summon on this banner, dude. You can pick up any one of these units on any single banner you summon on. Dude, go for these. Like this Gotenks, man, he's good. He's a fusion and youth category support unit. Just summon for him, dude. I mean, if you pull him, you're going to be happy. Chi-Chi, sure. I mean, if you pull Chi-Chi, she does have her Dokkan Awakening now. She's actually pretty solid on the Goku's family team, but I mean, are you really waking up in the morning and saying, I want to, you know, use Chi-Chi? I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you're weird like that. But Goku Black, I would love to pull more copies of him. I think I only need one more copy, but maybe it is one or two more. Gohan, I still need copies of. We'll cover this more later. And I still do need 2 copies of him. I use him easily the most. So anyway, guys, let's wrap up the video here. Let me know what you're doing in the World Tournament. Slap a like if you enjoyed this video. And of course, subscribe if you happen to be new. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. It means the world. And I will catch you in the next one. Later.